Hey everyone, welcome to Bourbon Bums presented by Greene Valley Wine Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, Bolingbrook, Illinois. I am HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Baloney, and we have a cool release for you today. It's a special, first ever release from Maker's Mark called the Lost Recipe Series.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm going to get there in a second, but this is actually a Costco-only release.
Oh, man.
So if you don't have a Costco membership...
No, I'm a Sam's Club guy.
You're a Sam's Club guy?
I'm SOL.
You might have to go send a mule in then for your Maker's Mark. But this is a brand new release that's coming out, or if you watch this, it might already be at your Costco. So check it out. But what's special about this? So this is a recipe combination. This is, I guess, it's going to be an ongoing series, but recipe combinations that have never been tasted before. Each crafted with a retired stave handpicked from our private selection archives. And this is archived stave mocha.
Okay.
So we have a lot to go over with this. So, put up the graphic here. Stave profile. It's 13060. So a lot of roasted French mocha.
Okay. I don't mind French mocha.
No. And then 3 of the seared French cuvee. And then 1 of the baked American Pure 2, coming in at a 111.9 proof.
Ooh, okay. So a little hotter than most makers.
Yes. So this is okay. So I'm going to read this here to you. That if you weren't aware with the way they do their private selections, you can get 1,001 different combinations of the 10 staves. So you mix and match. You get 2 here, 3 here, 6 here, whatever, and then you can change it as you want. So this one has never been done before. And let's see. After retiring our first stave, we were curious to see if there were any hidden gems that were never found among the 1,001 possible recipe combinations. This Lost Recipe series shares these unique recipes that have never been tasted before and that will never be made again. Each crafted with the retired stave from our private selection archives. We hope you enjoyed the special release as much as we do.
Now, you're our math and logistics guy.
That's true.
I'm interested to see who is in charge at Makers. They got to have a spreadsheet and a database and all these to figure out, oh no, this recipe has never been done before.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool, I don't want to say it's a gimmick from Makers, but it's a cool concept. It's a cool idea. This is the first release in their Lost Recipe series. It features the return of the roasted French mocha stave for layers of dark chocolate and buttery pastry and notes of baked apple. And then in each stave profile, they have each tasting note for each one of those. But for the French mocha, you're going to get predominantly dark chocolate, coffee, and dried fruit. So
all right. I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
I will be the judge of that.
And then we're also probably going to get some toasted caramel, some almond, some vanilla honey. So, all right.
So we've done a lot of makers in the last 2 months or so.
We have.
If you look at our channel, it's very makers heavy because they have been releasing a lot of different things. Their wood finishing series, their private selection, their cellar aged. So this is just the latest in those type of releases. Smells like a Maker's. It's a weird product. Mm-hmm. It's very desserty. We talk about our own Bourbon Bums private selection.
Yes.
In conjunction with Greene Valley Wine Spirits. We try to get it as desserty as possible. This is very similar.
Yeah, this is
in the vein of like chocolate caramel.
Right.
Super chocolatey.
We told people that we wanted to do a BRTO2 clone for our private select pick. And the way we went high on the French marinade, we went 7 on that one.
Yeah.
And when we taste it, I like to say it's a dessert bourbon. I like this. You get chocolate, you get maple. You like to say it's a melted Snickers bar.
That's what we tried to get it at.
So you get a lot of that chocolatey. So this is with the retired mocha stave. This is I'm very curious about this. So yeah, roasted French mocha. All right, so no smells great.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
I mean, right off the bat, our pick is like chocolate caramel. This is just heavy chocolate.
No, this is very chocolate heavy.
I do get a little bit of like coffee grain. There's just a tiny bit, and I know it said that on the note on the tasting, but I smell it. It's just a little bit of like coffee grain before you toss it in the coffee maker.
All right, before we taste this, we're going to pay some bills. The quick ad from our sponsor.
Greene Valley Wine Spirits in Bolingbrook is the best liquor store in the southwest suburbs. Come see their newly expanded and remodeled location for all your liquor needs. They have a great craft beer selection, an ever-expanding portfolio of tequilas and bourbon, and a new wine rack showcasing the best wines around. And while you're there, stop by their newly added tasting bar to try all the Bourbon Bums store picks before you buy. That's Greene Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive at the corner of Route 53 and I-55 in Bolingbrook. And tell them the Bump sent you.
All right, thank you guys, and now let's go. Yeah, that's chocolate. It's a chocolate.
Yeah,
It's nice desserty bourbon, I think.
111 proof. That drank like a 101, like a 100 proof whiskey. Yeah, I get all. I mean, it's there's no false advertisement.
No.
It's all chocolate.
It's very much a dessert bourbon. I'm actually gonna have to blind this with our pick. I mean, I love our pick, but I said that's very much chocolatey too. So
Yeah.
For it being a retired stave, like it's just very good. Yeah, a lot of it just
There's some baking spice to it, but it's chocolate heavy. If you want to call it a chocolate bomb, I'm okay with doing that. I don't get like in ours we get a lot of caramel. I don't get much caramel in there. There might be like a little bit of like, all right, now, I mean, would you consider fudge different than chocolate?
yeah.
Because I get a fudge note too.
Yeah,
It's like a
I think fudge is like a heavier.
there's like a
chocolate.
fudgy brownie aspect.
Yeah,
to it.
you definitely get it's if you like everything desserty chocolate, it like creme brulee, like stuff like this is very very good with the chocolatey notes in here.
Fudge brownie. That's my if we're doing
That's what yours-
not deal or no deal. Who
Final
wants to be a
answer?
meal? Yeah,
Yeah.
final answer.
Final answer:
Fudge brownie.
All right, so this is very cool. I think the MSRP in Costco I think is 59 or 69 for this one, but it's very interesting that they decided to do this in conjunction with Costco to make it an exclusive retailer release as opposed to like every other big box liquor store, locals and stuff like that. And I'm curious if this Lost Recipe series is going to be Costco exclusive going forward. We'll have to wait and see. But for the first release of this series, and we haven't got any notes yet from makers as far as how often they're going to release this. Is this a annual release? It just says the first release. So who knows how often is this going to be like the Heaven Hill barrel proofs where they're 3 times release? Is it going to be an annual release with the cellar age and the wood finishing? I don't know the answers to those questions yet, but I'm very curious to try these retired staves because like the bourbon boom hit a few years ago, and a lot of that stuff we didn't get to try before we really got into bourbon. So if they're bringing out some of these older staves and doing combinations that we haven't tried before, I'm very curious, and I'm going to probably spend the money for it.
Yeah, and I mean, this is not a knock on makers, but most makers' products have that similar profile. Even if it is a retired stave or, a different combination, they all have the same base makers product to it, which is good for consistency, but if you don't like it, you're not going to like makers. We do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall, if I'm giving it a grade, it's a passing grade. B minus, not B minus, B, solid B.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little high. I'm gonna say it's a B plus because I'm just a sucker for dessert bourbons. I told you guys that like obviously our pick we do is chocolatey. The Michter's 10-year bourbon, that one has a lot of chocolate notes in it. Anytime I feel like I'm drinking like liquid dessert, I'm all for it. So B plus for me. This is very good. Like you were saying, it doesn't drink like 111 proof. You don't get that at all. And if you're a Costco member, go out and get this. Go start searching for it because apparently there's going to be a good amount of releases for the store. So
if you're a Costco member, buy one for me too, because Sam's Club, like I said, SOL.
Yeah, or maybe the next release they'll give Sam's Club away and then Costco's SOL.
Nah,
So,
who knows?
yeah, who knows? All right, that is our Maker's Mark Lost Recipe Series review. Our latest Bourbon Bumps, presented by Greene Valley Wine and Spirits, 344 Commons Drive, Bolingbrook, Illinois. Stop in for all your bourbon and tequila needs. Tell them the bump sent you. Until then, cheers.
Salute.